Hello, students. Very good morning to all of you. How are you? I hope all of you are going well. You have been studying, reading, as well as hearing the videos and the text we are uploading upon our channel as well as to WhatsApp. I am sure that you will be benefited by these texts, by these PDF e-contents, and as well as the videos that we are going to hear. Today, again, we are with the new passage from Macbeth, and this passage is from Act 2, Scene 2, in which the actual murder of the king takes place. That is, here the drama is at its complex. The complex situation is there. So, the audience, the readers are very much excited as well as worried and has a sympathetic corner for King Duncan. We think that King Duncan is very calm, soft, good natured, kind, and innocent as well. But he is going to be murdered by his own general, that is the Thane of Cawdor, Macbeth. Macbeth, who wants to fulfill his over ambition, that is to become the King of Scotland. He has determined to kill King Duncan in order to get the throne. Macbeth finds this opportunity when King Duncan is as a guest at his castle and he is sleeping there. The night is there. In the last video, we discussed that Macbeth is awake. Banquo and his son Fleance are moving there. They meet and how they talk. And then Banquo also surprises why Macbeth is awake yet. So, after that meeting, Macbeth leaves them. Macbeth informs the servant as well to go to Lady Macbeth and ring the bell when the supper is or when the drink is ready. Now, in these lines, we have that Macbeth has murdered the king, Duncan, and he has come back to Lady Macbeth. Although Lady Macbeth thought when Macbeth made a cry from the chamber of King Duncan, she thought that Macbeth might have failed. But very soon she finds Macbeth was there with her and he said that the deed has been done. So let's see first the text that is spoken, that is said by Macbeth. Methought I heard a voice cry, sleep no more. Macbeth does murder sleep. The innocent sleep. sleep that knits up the ravelled sleeve of care. The death of his day's life, sore labor's bath, balm of hurt minds, great nature's second course, chief nurser in life's feast. So these are the lines. These are the this is the extract that we are going to explain and to understand the meaning, reference, context, etc. today. Let's go with the some of the difficult words that have come into this passage. Me thought. Me thought means here I think so. So this dialogue is by Macbeth. Macbeth tells that I think so. Macbeth tells Lady Macbeth. Knits up composes. Knits up means composes, make calm. The ravelled sleeve of care, that is the worries and destructions. Death of each day's life means here that which ends each day's labor and difficulties. Sore labor's bath here means a refreshing bath after heavy work. Balm of hurt minds, that is a care to mental pain. And great nature's second course here means sleep, a powerful means which restore our energy and strength every day. If we don't sleep, we won't be energetic, we won't be full of the strength on the next day. So the sleep is must. Chief nurture in life's feast means here main restorative factor in life. So the sleep is here also the main restorative factors in life. So the background of this dialogue is that Macbeth has murdered King Duncan, but now he is perturbed. Now he is nerved. He is not well. He is not feeling well, but he is feeling guilty. He is feeling himself as a criminal, as a guilty person who has killed the sleep. In this whole dialogue, Shakespeare has stressed on the sleep through the mouthpiece of Macbeth. Macbeth here speaks that he has not murdered the King Duncan, but he has in fact murdered the sleep. So the sleep here has been emphasized, and he mentions the different outcomes of sleep in our life. He mentions how sleep is very important for our life, and Macbeth has murdered the sleep. Therefore, he cannot be peaceful. He cannot be happy, but he is restlessness. He is restless. So let's see that these lines, as I have spoken to you from Act 2nd, Scene 2nd, the actual murder of King Duncan takes place in this scene. And as I told you, that Macbeth gives a cry from the king's chamber, which makes Lady Macbeth fear that Macbeth might have failed to murder the king. But very soon Macbeth comes there and tells Lady Macbeth that the deed has been done. That is, he has murdered King Duncan. So his hands, when he comes back to Lady Macbeth, his hands are stained with the blood, and he is terribly feared. And he also forgot to leave the daggers to the guards, because it was decided by Lady Macbeth and him that after having killed King Duncan, he has to leave the daggers with the guards or with the uh, with the porters who are in the service of King Duncan in the night. And they have been given the drink, heavy drink, which intoxicated them to the sleep. And in that time or period, Macbeth committed this crime. So Macbeth now forgets everything. He also loses his control over himself. And he speaks in this way. What he says? He is completely strung. And he says that he has murdered Duncan in his sleep. So he has murdered King Duncan in sleep because Duncan was sleeping. So it's not fair to kill a man so kind, so humble in sleep. And it's not the act of the brave or the courageous person to kill in this way. So he says, Macbeth says that he has not killed King Duncan, but he has murdered the sleep. So he says that he has murdered the sleep, so he will not be able to sleep anymore in his life. That is, now he is totally restless. He is disturbed, terribly disturbed. So he speaks that he has murdered sleep and won't be able to sleep anymore in his life. Then he says to Lady Macbeth that the goddess of revenge, the Furies, they will pursue him to inflict this punishment of sleeplessness. Means they will take the revenge. The Furies will pursue him to inflict this punishment. They will provide him punishment because he has murdered the sleep. So, in this way, Macbeth is here in these lines is poetizing over sleep. That is, he is mentioning about sleep. He is showing the importance of sleep. He says that he has murdered sleep, which always comes to innocent people. Though sleep is very necessary for all human beings, and sleep is always welcoming to the innocent people. That is, innocent people always have the sound sleep. Only those who are guilty, only those who are perturbed, only those who are disturbed and have the wrong minds, disturbed mind, they never get sound sleep. So here Macbeth says that he has murdered the innocent sleep, therefore he will never be able to take sleep, sound sleep in his life. He says that sleep closes up all worries and distractions. He mentions that it is the sleep which closes up all worries and distractions of our life. When we are when we are sleeping, all worries, all fatigues, all distractions of our life, they run away from us. They disappear from our minds, and we forget them. What else sleep does? He says that it also ends all the feverish activities of each day of our life and brings relief to all fatigue. So, after having done hard work in the day life, what we need? We need sleep. We need sleeping. And if we don't sleep, we won't be energetic, we won't be refreshed on the next day. So it is the sleep which ends all the activities of his day or and our labor, our fatigues, etc. So it gives relief to fatigue of the day. Then he says that it is sleep that soothes the grieved and excited mind. So when you are grieved, when you are excited or anything, when you are unhappy, when you are sad, and then if you can sleep, the sleep will make you relieve from all these worries, all these troubles, and your mind will be refreshed. This is what Macbeth says. He also says that sleep takes care of aching heart. He also says that it is sleep which restore our energy, which is exhausted in the course of heavy work. So whatever energy we spent during the day, working hard, working labor, working business, working anything, it is the sleep which gives us energy back after or on the next day. And what else he says? He also says that sleep is just as the second course in a feast gives us nourishment. So it is also compared with the second course that is given in a feast. The first course, that is we call starter, we have very light things to eat, and after the first course, the second course is given that feeds our hunger, and we are then that feeds our appetite, and we feel relaxed. So the sleep is also in the same way, which gives us the nourishment as well as. And again he repeats, Macbeth repeats that sleep has so many qualities. Sleep is so necessary factor for our life. And what he has done? He has murdered. The Dane of Cawdor has murdered the sleep. So here King Duncan is symbolically sleep. Is the symbol of sleep, represents sleep here. And Macbeth has not only murdered King Duncan, but in fact he has murdered the sleep. And since he has murdered the sleep, he himself will not be able to get sleep in his life. And in this way, Macbeth is totally perturbed and afraid of consequences. That I also told you last time, that we also saw in Act First, Scene 7, in the dagger scene, that Macbeth is not worried about the present, that is murdering King Duncan, but he worries about the consequences, about the future results, or the future consequences that will take place, and they makes him terrified. He is disturbed because of the results, and he knows very well that the result of committing murder of King Duncan or doing such deed is supposed to be bad after in their lives. So this is what we have for these lines, the explanation. And now if we go with the critical note of these lines, you can write that Macbeth is here unnerved after the incident, and he looks surprised at what he himself did. He himself doesn't believe that he can do such a crime. Therefore, he is totally afraid of the situation, afraid of the act. there is this is the old tragedy's terror, and the extreme terror we have here in this scene. And terror reaches at its climax, as I told you. But here, Lady Macbeth is different, and she shows resoluteness of purpose, that is, firmness of purpose. She is determined, she is constant, she is stable, she is bold, she is courageous in this situation. And when Macbeth is in such a bad situation condition, it is Lady Macbeth who handles him. And in the next extract or passage, we will have the dialogue spoken by Lady Macbeth to control himself, and how bravely and how courageously she handles the situations. So, till then, bye bye. Thank you very much, and we will meet with the new video from Macbeth next time. Thank you very much.